Hey, this is Dr. Robert Mickley. Another case review. Interesting case of a maxillary left first molar that's missing, and a very common pneumatized sinus where it's like on a slope. These are particularly challenging to treat for two reasons. One, we've got thin bone. Second, we don't have a solid floor to break through. It's on a slope. So traditionally this was done with osteotomes and obviously worked quite well, but quite technique sensitive. With the advent of the Blue Sky Bio hammerless sinus kit, we can do this much easier and more predictably. So let me show you what we're looking at. So again, I would caution this is a next level sinus graft. This isn't until you've got a good 20 sinus grafts under your belt that you're comfortable with the procedure to begin with, because as you are working with such a thin floor, the chance of losing the implant into the sinus is there. So you want to be comfortable with the procedure to begin with and then advance to more difficult cases like this. But when we want to measure out the sinus, so we see we're dealing with one floor on the distal of under 2. Let's say in the mesial, it'll be something closer to 4. So those are reasonable numbers, certainly the 4 side. And again, we're working in 3D here. So if you look at the cross section, so we've got a nice wide ridge. So we can use probably a 5mm implant here. So we'll get enough primary stability to anchor this thing in, and we should get a good result. But obviously secondary to that, we're going to also know what's going on in the sinus. So we see significant tissue thickening here, which that means we see cloudiness in the floor of the sinus, but higher up, when we look at the axial view here, by pushing F5 on Blue Sky Plan, that'll get you into the MPR view, so you can see this from all different directions. What we're going to be looking at here is looking for the osteometal complex, the ostium, the drain through which the sinus is going to drain out. So here we have the opening. You can see clearly on this side. We have less fluid on this side, but still our fluid's going to be way out of the way of our osteomeatus. So when we lift the sinus up here, it's not going to be getting in the way of the patient's ability to drain the sinus. Good. So back to F3, and we're back to where we started. Let's assume the implant size we're going to put in here. I would actually like to put in probably a 5.0 implant. This is the Forte. Let's actually go with the regular implant here. About a 5.0 by 10. And we'll place our implant here just about at the crest. Generally, we're sinking these, 1 to 2 millimeters subosseous, but obviously in a sinus like this, it's not an option. So drop this down just about there. At the crest of bone. And restoratively, that looks like a good position as well. This patient was not sent to me with a intraoral scan, so I can't verify exactly the positioning, but we can safely put the implant in this area and lift the sinus. So we can do this material-wise. We can add particulate, we can add PRF, we can add collagen, a mix of the three, whatever you like to do. And in my course, I talk in detail about what I like to use in given scenarios. But we'll lift the sinus, place this implant at the same time, let that solidify, and come back with a restoration in usually about 4, sometimes 6 months based on our initial primary stability. All right, hope that helps. We have a course coming up tomorrow night, actually the 17th. It's an online only course, which is a 3-hour just talking about didactics and treatment planning. We have another course coming up Sunday, which is a full day hands-on with models, also online, but you get a full experience of what it's like to use the Blue Sky Bio kit, and people seem to find that one of our more popular courses. All right, hope that helps, and let me know if I can help. Details or questions or comments below, and as always, you can reach out to me at implantmss@gmail.com with any questions. Thanks so much.